You know, Chael Sonnen has said a lot of obscure, vulgar, very hilarious and dumb things. But one thing he said that rings true about Anderson Silva. Chael Sonnen said this. Chael Sonnen said this about himself, and he said this about Anderson Silva. About himself, Chael Sonnen said, "I am a cage fighter. Anderson Silva is a true mixed martial artist." And that's the truth. If don't take any hard study or really hard investigating to look into Anderson Silva fight history. Just type in Anderson Silva on Google and go to Wikipedia, and you'll see that the guy has black belts at multiple disciplines. Okay, Anderson Silva is a true martial artist. Everyone else in the UFC are wrestlers trying to punch. That's it. Okay? There's such a skill gap, such a skill and experience gap between Anderson Silva and all the other fighters in the UFC. It's not even funny, dude. He threw Stephan Bonnar around and batted Stephan Bonnar punches away like he was a child. But Stephan Bonnar is 6 foot plus, 200 and something pounds, yoked up muscle. You mean he just toyed with a grown man like a child? He was playing with I don't think people really understand that. This man was batting a grown man, a professional fighter, punches away like you do a child. Stephan Bonnar goes in with a kick. Anderson Silva moves out the way, and he goes back and stares right back in that spot. Okay, I know Stephan Bonnar. I know Anderson Silva doesn't have the best resume. I understand that, but I'm telling you right now, if Anderson Silva fight at 205 tomorrow, if he entered 205 tomorrow, he would be a top 5 fighter at 205. Easy. Easy. I have no doubt that he can whoop Dan Henderson ass again. I have no doubt that Anderson Silva could beat Shogun. I have no doubt that Anderson Silva could beat Machida. The only one I give Anderson Silva that would give Anderson Silva problems is John Jones, and that's mostly because of style. And people saying that John Jones would smash Anderson Silva, they're crazy. They're crazy. Don't you know every fight stars up on the feet? And if I'm telling you, if John Jones go in there and make mistakes like the mistake he made against Vitor Belfort, allowing his arm to get locked up, or he make a mistake like fight sloppy like he did against Shogun in the first round when he was missing spinning elbows and he was missing spin kicks, Anderson Silva will knock John Jones out. I'm telling you, he would TKO John Jones. You have to be almost perfect when you fight this guy. I just don't know. That's why I don't make Anderson Silva prediction videos. Because if I made prediction videos like the post fight video I'm doing now, you think I'm an Anderson Silva nut hugger. You think that I'm an Anderson Silva fanboy. But I've been watching combat sports since I was a child, and I can tell when somebody skill level is just beyond everybody else. For all you wrestlers out there, you may be wrestling collegiately. After the Olympics, what's next for you? Really, how is you going to use your athletic talent to feed yourself and your family? Most of those wrestlers end up in MMA. If you a wrestler right now, you may think, I'm focused on wrestling right now. Okay, that's fine. But take some jiu-jitsu classes, take some Muay Thai classes, take some Taekwondo classes. take some classes to turn yourself into a martial artist. So one day we can have another Anderson Silva. Because I'm telling you, once this guy retired, there's gonna be a long time before you see another Anderson Silva. Yes, Anderson Silva doesn't have the best resume, but I'm telling you, most of those guys at 205 he can beat. I'm telling you. And I know that's controversial, and people's gonna call me an idiot, or whatever, but it's the truth. When Anderson Silva, there was a point of time when Anderson Silva could have held the middleweight belt and the light heavyweight belt, but he decided not to. There was a moment, it was a window where Anderson Silva could have held two belts, and when he didn't have to fight John Jones. I think it was around about 2006, 2007 when he had beat Rich Franklin. And even then, people said, Why don't you go up to 205, Anderson?" He told them then, like he telling them now, "I don't want to go up to 205." And he could have easily dismantled Chuck Liddell. I knew it was only a matter of time before Chuck was going to get knocked out and embarrassed over and over again, because Chuck Liddell's best years was behind him. And as much as I love the old Pride Rampage. I don't care for Rampage that much now. Rampage was a one-dimensional fighter, especially when he came in the UFC. At least in Pride, Rampage did slam fighters and did wrestle some. He became super one-dimensional once he entered the UFC, maybe because he wasn't happy or whatever. But Anderson Silva would have easily dismantled Chuck Liddell and Rampage. He could have fought both of those guys at the same time and beat both of them. So that was Anderson Silva's window where he could have held two belts, but he decided not to. And Anderson Silva knows that. He just being modest. Anderson Silva said this about every fighter, that every fighter is great. Anderson Silva know he can beat half these guys. You know it. He said that Stephan Bonnar was going to be a great fight. It was going to be a challenge for him. Anderson Silva knew he was talking bullshit. He knew he was going to destroy Bonnar. And man, as for, and let's clear this up too. For people saying that Anderson Silva is a coward for not fighting John Jones at 205 or whatever, in this, why didn't Anderson Silva at UFC 153, why he did not fight John Jones or whatever? For one thing, John Jones is hurt. Alright, number one. Number two, Rampage got hurt. Jose Aldo got hurt. So Stephan Bonnar and Anderson Silva stepped up at the last moments of the card, when the card was coming, and decided to step up and save the card. Dana White did not want another cancellation. He did not want to give his haters out there, the UFC haters out there, more ammunition, and said that he had to cancel another fight card. He didn't want to have UFC 153 become UFC 151. That would have been a disaster for the UFC, disaster for the brand. So he, at the last moment, he called up some guys, and he got Anderson Silva, and he got Stephan Bonnar to agree to a fight. Now people that's saying that, well, Anderson Silva, why didn't he fight Chris Weidman? Well, there was only a few weeks before the card was going to happen. These guys got hurt late. Rampage and Jose Aldo got hurt late. So Anderson Silva and Stephan Bonnar didn't only had a few weeks. There's no way in the world Anderson Silva could have dropped down 185 to fight Chris Weidman. It was just wasn't enough time. So that's why they fought at 205. What's next for Anderson Silva? I don't know. I'm not interested in seeing Anderson Silva beat up on GSP. I'm not. And I know GSP is a great wrestler, and I know all you guys out there is going to get pissed off at me saying this. But even though GSP finds a way to win, and he's a great wrestler, I'm telling you, mentally Anderson Silva is on another planet. It's not just Anderson Silva is very super skilled. Anderson Silva is mentally strong, very strong mentally, you know. And I just don't see that, and especially a guy. I don't even know if he can get past, if GSP is going to be able to get past Carlos Condit. We don't know anything after him coming off this bad injury that he's coming off of. You know, we don't know how good GSP is. He could be a shell of his old self. You know. Uh, I don't know what's next for Anderson Silva. I don't want him fighting little old GSP because it's a lose-lose situation. If he beat GSP, if he beat GSP, everybody say, okay, you beat a smaller fighter that that's coming off an injury. Okay, but if you don't, if by some miracle, if GSP beats Anderson Silva, the only way he beats Anderson Silva if he enters the cage with a gun. If he beat Anderson Silva, okay, then Anderson, what's going to be the narrative? Anderson Silva lost to a smaller fighter, all right, that was coming off a big major injury, and I don't want to see that. Either Anderson Silva should go on and fight and beat up Bisbing, or go on and fight Chris Weidman. I would like to see that fight, even though I know which way that fight is going to go, but I'm not going to call a prediction for that fight. But I have an idea how it's going to go, and it's probably going to be in steel, but in steel middleweight champion, if you know what I mean. Um, yeah, either have him fight Chris Weidman, fight Bisping, then after that retire. I mean, I don't want to see Anderson Silva fighting more. Even though 185 is getting better, and they can get some more fighters in there. I don't want to see Anderson Silva go out beating up mediocre fighters, because even Anderson Silva diehard fans is going to start questioning his spirit, and only wanting to fight these little guys, these little mediocre guys. He would be crushing. But UFC 153 over, on to UFC 154. What's next for Anderson Silva? I don't know. Fight a few more fights, then retire. If not retire, go up to 205, man. That's gonna be your only real challenge. Go up to 205. I don't know. Maybe set it up, have him beat Chael again. That'd be a close fight. You know. Maybe not. Maybe it'd be like the second fight. I mean, Chael Sonnen's biggest mistake wasn't the spinning back fist. It was fighting Anderson Silva for the second time. That was Chael Sonnen's biggest mistake. Well, that's my video for tonight. If you like my video, keep coming back. I will be making more. Peace.